The Gemba360 document management system gives you the complete document control over all of your information within your agency. This is controlled by the Gemba Docs module, and you can simply access this by clicking on the Gemba Docs button. You can see here that we've set up a number of different folders, and you can actually call these folders and set any subfolders you like across it. You have complete control over creating your own document management folder hierarchy. Quite simply, a lot of agencies use this to manage their policies. So if you wanted to find a policy, you can simply type on policy once you've loaded your documents in there, and you can actually have access to the latest version of the policies. And if I wanted to open these up, I could then click on one of these links and it would open up directly. So an end user, essentially another staff member, can see any of the latest version of your policies by simply searching on these different documents. Now, I've got read-write access as a compliance or quality officer for this agency. So if I wanted to change this or update this, I can then do that by simply clicking on this here and updating this information. So I can create the name here, which you can see here. I've just called it environmental policy, but then I can also add other words that might say help people find it. So in this case, I'm going to call it climate change and work environment as well too. So you can see that these descriptions make it easier for people to actually find it. The dates that I can also set, because it is a policy document, means that if I go in and let's say I wanted to review the document in a few months' time, then I can actually mark the review date, and then the due date or the end date is the date where it must be completed by. So in this case, I'm going to go 30th of July. Now what happens here is that on the review date, a notification email will get sent out to me. And then on the end date, if it's not actioned a week before the end date, then another reminder will actually be sent out, but in this time to my line manager. So you can see that essentially we can manage all of our policy documents directly off this system, which makes it very, very easy to actually manage. Now, going back to the policies, I can also, or the document folder, I can also manage all of our contracts as well too. Now let's go back and have a look at this. So if I go into, for example, our contracts folder, and I'll just bring these up and go back. Here we are here, we're going to the contracts section, and I'm going to click on contracts. Now I can manage basically my funding and services agreements, leases, any type of contract that I have. In this case, I'm just going to have a look at a FASA. And if I open this up to give you an idea of it, I can load that FASA in. I can then look at the specific contract reporting table. I can set specific reminders of who I want these to go to and the dates. And also, if I wanted to, I can also then load up the latest version of the FASA. And it means that if I get amendments sent to me, I can then look at these as well too. And I can then look at, well, what are all the different versions and when did these actually change as well? So I've got a full contract management system directly at my fingertips from here. I can also pull out reports as well too of specific Excel reports of when all my contracts are due at any time. So it's real-time reporting that you're actually seeing. The other parts of that other agencies use importantly for the document management system is for board of management reports. And for example, if I click on here, you can see that I've got my past board papers and then my AGM documents. And I can actually send these out directly to board members for signing. So you can actually see who's actually read them, who needs to sign them, and who needs to action them at any point in time. The Gemba Doc system simply allows you to load as many documents as you need to onto the system. It is unlimited. You can then also control permission levels across all documents as well too. And you can do that by position, or you can actually do that specifically by teams as well too. And so when I look at this, if I select, for example, the all staff team, here we are here, I can then view that directly here as well. And I can then say, right, I want all staff not to have read access to obviously the corporate services register or the contracts register. I don't certainly want them to have access to the board of management registers, but I only want the board members to actually have that. And so I can actually control the permission levels directly from this screen as well too. So the Gemba Docs actually makes contract management really, really simple for agencies to use, which is why it is so popular by agencies all around the country.